We have some big news for new media out today. Vice and A+E Networks announced Tuesday the creation of Viceland, which is going to be a 24-hour cable channel that's going to debut next year. So Vice is getting their own 24-hour news network. This is tremendous news. Huffington Post reports, quote, Viceland will replace H2, which is owned by A+E Networks, a joint partnership between the Walt Disney Company and Hearst Corporation, and will be distributed to approximately 70 million homes. The primetime lineup is scheduled to include shows like Gaycation with actress Ellen Page, Wang's World with Chef Eddie Wang, a music show called Noisy, and Vice World of Sports. All content will be developed and produced entirely in-house, according to the release. They say the Wall Street Journal reported Tuesday that Vice would receive roughly $200 million from Disney and a transfer of about 7% of its equity to A+E as part of the deal, meaning Vice will own half of the new channel. A+E agreed last year to buy 10% of Vice for $250 million, a deal that valued the company at $2.5 billion. Shane Smith, who of course owns Vice, said last month that Vice is valued around $5 billion and has been in acquisition talks, but also mentioned the company is considering going public. So this is really interesting. I love this news because I think Vice does a great job. But the main reason I'm doing this segment is to say to Shane Smith, and again, I love Shane Smith. I got nothing against him whatsoever. But just to basically give him advice, I guess, and say, don't change the formula. Don't change the fucking formula, dude. Because that's always what happens. I mean, there were so many networks that had the right ideas in mind, but then they lost track of the vision once they actually, had their network. And you're already at a disadvantage because this channel does not reach the same number of people in America as other networks do, and there's a big inherent disadvantage in that, which means that the quality of your content needs to be that much better to just get the same number of views. If MSNBC hasn't figured out how to come up with the formula to beat CNN and Fox News regularly, and they don't, they get fucking half of what Fox News gets, if they haven't figured that out, it ain't easy. And you got to this point because Vice does quality material. For those of you who don't watch Vice or know about Vice, I mean, if you go watch any documentary on any political issue online, you're probably going to come across a Vice documentary, and you're going to see that they're crazy motherfuckers. They put people on the ground in Syria with ISIS, embed them with them. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but they do it. People almost die. They got people inside North Korea. Shane Smith himself went to North Korea. You go down the list, they embedded themselves with some dude who thinks he's the next coming of Jesus. Scary thing to do. We saw what happened with Jim Jones. Not that he thought he was the next Jesus, but he was a crazy cult leader and then ended up killing everybody, making them drink the Kool-Aid laced with cyanide. You don't know if that's going to happen with the crazy person who thinks he's Jesus, but they went in there anyway. They took the risk for awesome footage and to tell an awesome story. And, that's what makes them great. What makes them great is they're doing the shit that CNN should be doing in theory. They're doing investigative reporting. They're on the ground in these crazy places, getting the information, getting the data to allow assholes like me to pontificate on it and talk about it. Don't lose your roots. Don't lose track of what got you here. And oftentimes, especially when you make a big deal like this, you'll have people barking at you from all different directions trying to tell you that they know better. They don't know better. Shane, you know better because you got here by making those decisions, and you made the right decisions. So to set up a 24-hour news network is a fantastic thing. I support Vice 100%. I do have confidence in them, but you have to stay true to the original formula. Once you change that original formula, it's going to be a slow, torturous road into irrelevancy.